Anti-tank guns much more efficient, so you should be able to stop light half-track rushes now, hopefully. 4th Armoured A phase is now nerfed a bit, thank god. 352nd now has Pack 40s and A phase. Yeah, are now co-op missions. They're very good, I highly recommend you. Desert Rats is kind of like a British version of American 4th Armoured, but not as broken. Your Recon Search have 50 caliber machine guns, and you also got Recon Cromwells. Infantry tab is pretty standard motorized rifle affair. You do have flamethrower infantry that come in flamethrower vehicles. The tank tab is literally just Cromwell spam till C phase, where you get Fireflies. Support tab is very standard. Anti-tank tab has a lot of mobile anti-tank vehicles. Anti-air standard, you do have mobile 40mm Bofors. Artillery is pretty good with 2-star turrets carriers, sextons, but you don't have 2-star veterancy, but you do have 2-star veterancy 25-pounders. Air tab features a lot of mosquitoes, as well as B-25 Mitchells. Demi Brigade is kind of like commandos, but they go from yes and A phase to yes and B phase, and then eventually to yes in C phase. Recon tab has a lot of CQC specialists, and then you get reinforced by Americans. Infantry tab has a lot of CQC specialists, and then you get reinforced by Americans. And do note that this car, the traction, is the fastest vehicle on the road. You don't get many tanks in A or B, and then you get saved by Americans in C. Support tab features quite a few machine gun jeeps. Anti-tank tab's okay, you do have an A-phase Jagdpanzer IV, which is great, and then you get saved by Americans. Anti-air's pretty standard, yeah, and you get saved by Americans. Artillery is pretty light in A and B, you do have an off-map naval, and then you get saved by Americans. Air tab's awesome, as you do have a recon plane that can drop bombs, Spitfires, Tempests, Thunderbolts, and unlike the other tabs, you get saved by the British in C phase, and not by Americans. 2nd Panzer Division is an aggressive, highly vetted, well, Panzer Division. Recon tab is pretty standard, but you do have Recon Panzer IVs and a Recon Panther. It would be noted this is the only heavy tank that you can get in B phase, and it has a hefty price. Infantry tab's pretty standard. You Panzergrens don't have Panzerfausts, but you do have Sturm Grenadiers, who are equipped with STG-44s. Tank tab is pretty heavy early on with A phase Panzer IVs. You don't get much in B, and in C phase is Panzer IV/Panther spam. Support's pretty standard. You do got these self-exploding vehicles, but they're not really that great. If you're expecting a Goliath from Company of Heroes and Men of War, you're surely disappointed. The anti-tank tab is pretty decent all around. Same with the anti-air tab, but you do have a Japard that is towing a 20mm autocannon, so a double the 20 mils. Artillery is a bit light early on, and you do got 2-star Hummels in Spades and C phase. Air tab's pretty good, with good fighters, recon planes, rocket planes, as well as cluster bomb Ju-88s, which do bang-on damage against infantry units. So if you thought 91st Luftlander was a makeshift division, and you haven't seen the graph, holy shit, is that a swastika? Recon tab is underwhelming, you do got a 2-star Pumeo. The infantry tab may as well be the Noah's Ark of German infantry. Same with the tank tab, you do got heavy tanks in C phase. Quite a lot of them. Support tab's alright, these Panzer runs are pretty good fire support vehicles, so highly recommend. Anti-tank tab is pretty varied, you do have 6-man Panzer Strike Squad, as well as a low number, but pretty highly vetted anti-tank vehicles. Anti-air includes French captured equipment, such as the 75mm. It's pretty much like an 88, it doesn't have AP ammunition, unfortunately. Your artillery tab is pretty lackluster, including smoke off-map. At least you got a 2-star Hummer and B phase. The air tab features French fighters, which are a bit out of date, but they do have the best turn radius of any plane in game. J-188 for only 125 points with a lot of small bombs, and then 600mm off-map artillery, which essentially goes like...